So AI really is reshaping every aspect of media. And for video in particular, you know, it's all of the above in a lot of ways. When we think about generative AI, which has really been a topic, I think, of the last few years and what that means relative to content creation, but also creative adaptation at scale, there's obviously huge impact there. And when we think about the granularity of signal that may be coming in and how that transforms the data assets that are also leveraged to generate video content, I think there's some real transformation happening. And when we think about how that marries with where it is that video lives in terms of the media, certainly how it is optimization decisions are being made, how it is we're understanding the intersection of creative formats and creative content with experiences and environments. And then I think the other one that's really popping for us is insights and how it is audience insights are really transforming relative to AI and what it is we can pull out from those to inform, again, both our video creative and our video media planning.
So, Neala, where do you think AI can make the biggest impact in terms of creative, targeting, or measurement? Is it all the above or any of those areas specifically?
In terms of the biggest impact, I do think that there is going to be impact across each of those different areas. I think that, when we think about content creation, obviously the ability to create content at scale and how that looks like for video, we're even already seeing the impact of that. Targeting, absolutely. When we think about the notion of synthetic audiences and how AI is empowering that and our ability to actually better inform the targets that we build, the segments that we're able to leverage in the intersection of qualitative and quantitative data sets to actually inform our targeting. I think you'll see a lot of it there, and then how that's deployed in market as well, and the decisioning that happens. When we think about measurement, I think a lot of that is also synthesization. Did I say that right? Of data and how much quicker that is happening. Obviously, I think in the world of measurement, there is some variance relative to the quality and the type of measurement that you have. But again, speed to market and the ability to actually use measurement to make decisions is certainly being powered by AI.
So AI-driven efficiency is often seen at odds with things like brand safety and trust. How is Teads helping advertisers balance those points?
Yeah, so we're actually doing some investment into the brand safety space and how it is we understand semantic analysis of different pages. I mean, I think one of the things that sometimes brands struggle with from a brand safety perspective is how that may limit your scale in terms of the environments that you want to enter into that are brand safe. But I think with deeper analysis and the ability to understand more, we're able to identify perhaps areas that would have been deemed non-brand safe before that actually are brand safe. And we're actually doing a work with some of our core clients right now to understand how it is we're seeing brand safety relative to what we're developing leveraging AI and what that looks like relative to the environments they maybe would have marked brand safe, non-brand safe historically. And I think that adding that layer really helps balance the notion of efficiency as well, which obviously is driven by AI-powered algorithms and things like that.
Neala, we also wanted to get your sense of the role AI plays in making video ads more relevant and personalized for consumers.
Yeah, so this one I think is really interesting in terms of personalization. I mean, I think that from a pure power perspective, when we think about the ability to create creative adaptations at scale, AI is certainly powering that, which just means pure volume. And when we think about personalization at scale, a lot of that requires volume of creative to actually be able to interact with that person on a more personal level. I do think then the other piece of that is how that intersects with media decisioning. So how is it that we're understanding media signals, doing this in a way that marries our audience insights and then marries that to the more personalized creative that's being developed at scale?
So there's always this murky sense between the hope and hype of AI. And when it comes to the state of video in particular, wanted to know what you think about in terms of the potential right now and in the years to come, in terms of the things that excite you most about the practical ways AI can be used.
So I'm a practical gal, so I love this question. And I do think that a lot of it is about execution and how it is we are able to synthesize data in a meaningful way to execute in a more meaningful way. That being said, I do think that this ultimately is going to come down to the quality of the data that we're able to analyze. But again, again, given the power of what AI can do, thinking about the intersection of different data sets to actually come together in a more meaningful way, I think is really exciting.